Whenever we talk about subway train manufacturing powers, the world's attention often focuses on the two eastern countries, China and Japan. At present, China's subway trains have won high recognition in the international market with their speeds of 60 to 120 kilometers per hour and excellent performance. Even developed countries like the United States purchased 134 Red Line subway trains made in China at a cost of $280 million in 2017. This cooperation not only makes China's subway technology famous around the world, but also attracts many countries to seek cooperation. However, among the many international orders, one subway train order between Iran and China is particularly eye-catching. After 7 years of arduous negotiations, Iran finally signed an agreement with China in March 2024 worth more than $1 billion involving 791 subway trains. In the future, China may further contract Iran's national railway construction. So, what made this negotiation take so long? What factors prompted Iran to finally choose China as its partner? Since Tehran's subway system was put into operation in 1999, it has accompanied millions of citizens for 25 years. However, as Tehran's urban population continues to grow, passenger traffic on the metro system continues to increase. During peak hours, passengers often have to wait for several trains before they can squeeze into a car with available seats. Even if they barely get on the train, passengers often have to endure the shaking and loud noise of the train, making the entire ride experience very uncomfortable. In order to alleviate this problem, Iran Metro Company has taken some measures, such as increasing the frequency of train operations. However, this also brings new challenges. Due to frequent train operation, the wheels of many trains are severely worn and must be replaced frequently. In addition, the wear and tear on the tracks also causes the trains to produce huge noise when running, seriously affecting the quality of life of surrounding residents. Especially in Tehran, due to government neglect and lack of funds, many trains cannot be repaired and updated in time. According to the Metro Company, most of the Tehran Metro's current fleet is dilapidated and many vehicles are nearing the end of their service life. In order to keep the subway trains running normally, the city of Tehran invests a huge amount of nearly $6 million in subway train maintenance every year. According to predictions, by the end of 2024, the number of Tehran subway trains that need to be overhauled will reach 29, which will require a cost of up to $40 million. This number is expected to continue to grow as trains age. Faced with such high repair costs, the Iranian government began to consider other solutions. In the international market, the cost of a brand new subway train is approximately $1.4 million to $2 million. After detailed cost analysis and comparison, Iran Metro Company found that instead of continuously investing huge sums of money in repairs, it would be better to directly replace these old subway trains. Although the one-time investment is relatively large, in the long run, the use effect and economic benefits of the new trains are obviously more cost-effective. So in 2017, Iran Metro Company made an important decision to replace the old trains of Tehran Metro. According to my investigation, Iran has decided to invest $1 billion to completely replace the 791 subway trains in its capital Tehran. The target of this cooperation is China, known as the world's factory. According to the plan, Iran will not only purchase 791 subway trains, but also hope that China will transfer the train drive system technology to the Tehran Truck Manufacturing Company and help Iran master this technology within 3 years. It is worth mentioning that since Iran proposed cooperation intentions in 2017, the two sides have been conducting in-depth consultations and negotiations. After 7 years of arduous negotiations, China and Iran finally reached a consensus in March 2024. According to the plan, 791 subway trains will be delivered starting in 2025, and are expected to be fully completed by 2030. This makes us very curious. Why did it take 7 years to negotiate cooperation between China and Iran? In the past few decades, Iran and Saudi Arabia have had serious conflicts due to various reasons such as geopolitics, religion, culture, and oil resources. China is not only a good friend of Saudi Arabia, but also its largest trading partner. In this context, Iran is worried that China may be influenced by Saudi Arabia and take an unfavorable stance against it. For example, in 2018, when Iran was preparing to explore the Azadegan field, it originally expressed a strong interest in China's technological strength in this field, believing that China's technology could help it better develop oil field resources. However, considering the relationship between China and Saudi Arabia, Iran hesitated at the last moment and finally chose the British exploration team. In the economic and trade field, Iran has also delayed signing some important agreements with China because of concerns about Saudi Arabia's dissatisfaction. However, with the skillful mediation of Chinese diplomacy, China has demonstrated to Iran its stance of peaceful coexistence, equal treatment, and win-win cooperation. The wisdom and patience of Chinese diplomats gradually dispelled Iran's doubts and began to realize that China is a trustworthy partner. Over time, Iran not only gradually opened up its economic ties with China, but also reached reconciliation with Saudi Arabia in 2023, ending the long-standing hostility between the two parties. On the other hand, in the subway train cooperation negotiations, the Iranian president has always been fond of trains from European brands such as Siemens and Alstom. In fact, the Tehran metro was built by Europe, and the metro trains are also supplied by Europe. During this period of use, residents of Iran were very satisfied with the performance of Euro trains. Therefore, when subway trains need to be replaced, Iran is willing to pay 50% higher prices than Chinese trains to ensure the introduction of their beloved European trains. Just as Iran is working closely with European brands, the United States has imposed multiple rounds of sanctions on Iran. These measures not only froze Iran's overseas assets of up to $6 billion, but also imposed a comprehensive blockade on Iran in multiple areas, including prohibiting Iran from purchasing European train equipment and technology. In less than 2 years, these sanctions have caused an estimated $200 billion in direct losses to the Iranian economy. Moreover, as U.S. sanctions further tightened, train equipment and technology originally planned to be imported from Europe were stranded due to the inability to obtain export licenses. This forces the Iranian government to reconsider the possibility of cooperating with other countries on subway trains. So, what made Iran finally choose China? From an economic perspective, China has been Iran's largest trading partner since 2007, and the trade volume between the two countries has increased year by year. The most obvious is that the trade volume between the two countries has increased from $14 billion in 2020 to $15.5 billion in 2023. In the field of energy, China helped Iran build the Abadan refinery in 2017. This major project provides Iran with an additional 30,000 to 100,000 barrels of oil production per year. In terms of infrastructure construction, in the past 20 years, Chinese companies have undertaken the construction of a large number of railways, bridges, dams, and other projects related to the national economy and people's livelihood across Iran. According to statistics, these projects have benefited more than 10 million Iranian residents and greatly improved Iran's transportation and water conservancy conditions. Since the United States withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal in 2018, the United States has imposed strict oil export sanctions on Iran. The sanctions require countries around the world to stop importing oil from Iran and punish any country that trades oil with Iran. The sanctions are like a ruthless blockade, reducing Iran's oil exports from 2.5 million barrels per day to 200,000 to 340,000 barrels per day. This huge decline not only severely damaged Iran's oil industry, but also caused Iran to lose tens of billions of dollars every year. At this critical moment, China ignored the warnings of the United States and imported approximately 1.05 million barrels of oil from Iran every day, preventing Iran's economy from declining and continuing to grow at an annual rate of 1%. In addition to oil trade, the West imposed an arms embargo on Iran in 2020, prohibiting other countries from selling weapons and related technologies to Iran. This makes Iran face greater challenges in maintaining its own security and stability. But at this time, China provided Iran with a large amount of advanced weapons and equipment. These equipment include Type 59-1 cannon, Type 63 armored vehicles, J-6 and J-7 fighter jets, and Hongqi-2 air defense missiles. These advanced weapons not only enhance Iran's military strength, but also enhance its ability to respond to regional conflicts. This move by China is undoubtedly a huge support for Iran and further consolidates the friendship between the two countries. But you know what? These are not the most critical reasons. The most important reason is that China's subway trains are of very high quality. Taking Saudi Arabia as an example, China helped Saudi Arabia successfully build the Mecca Metro in 2010. This 18.25-kilometer metro line has 9 stations and carries millions of Muslim pilgrims from all over the world every year. It is worth mentioning that even under extreme high-temperature conditions, these trains in China can still operate stably and provide passengers with a comfortable ride experience. The internal air conditioning system has excellent performance and ensures that the temperature inside the car is always within a comfortable range, winning high praise from passengers. In addition to Saudi Arabia, the UAE also purchased 21 trains from China in 2023. It is this all-round excellent quality, outstanding performance, and wide international recognition that made Iran firmly choose to cooperate with China when faced with a choice.